What's up, everybody? I'm back, and before I start, I'm gonna ask you guys to please click on every ad in or around my videos. I get a small cut, and you guys get some great ads. So let's dive right into the topic, and the topic is explaining Israel's involvement in the Gaza Strip. Now, I'm gonna try to explain this in the most simplest of ways that I can so I don't confuse a lot of people, because this problem has been spanning back decades and most people don't realize that it's not just one thing. And Israel is fighting Hamas, and it's just a mess. It has the potential of being a mess. It's not even a war, because it's a one-sided thing. Israel slaughters them and they still keep fighting. But yeah. So basically, think about it like this. Everyone plays Call of Duty, so hopefully you guys can pick this up. In Call of Duty, whenever the United States feels threatened or is attacked, you are always sent to the country to end whatever uprising is happening, or to defend the nation's national security. So in this case, Israel was attacked by Hamas, and Hamas basically has been dominating this region, the Gaza Strip, which is right near it's near Egypt. And Egypt is important because it's pretty much the biggest Arab country around, and without it, quite frankly, Israel would be in trouble, because you just have it's just surrounded by Arabs, really. Yeah. So what they're doing right now is they're reacting to the attack by basically sending their military to the Gaza Strip, and they're just bombing the hell out of it. Now, the Gaza Strip, for you guys who don't know, is a really poor place. It is. Think of Haiti. Haiti is really poor. But alright, so I actually had to stop in that video. I changed clothes. It's a couple days later. I started shooting that on Saturday, or at least early Sunday morning, and right now it's Monday, November 20th. So I'll just keep explaining. So what I was getting to is that the Gaza Strip is among the poorest country in the world, and it's only inhabited by about 1,600,000 people. So it's not even a lot of people live there, because it's just a barren wasteland. It's tough over there, and Hamas is a terrorist group that thrives in this region, because when you have when there is an area that inhabited by poor people, or people who are struggling, immensely struggling, terrorists can appeal to them, because basically the main argument they'll have is, you weren't going to do anything with your life anyway, so you might as well die, and we pay your family. Whether or not we pay them, it doesn't matter, you'll be dead. We pay your family if you kill yourself, or whatever, if you do yourself in illegal drugs or whatnot. There are many ways of helping terrorists instead of just killing yourself. So this is just what Hamas and every terrorist group does. It goes to the poor areas, and it tries to get a foothold in the area, and just dominate it with either intimidations or actual attacks. That's just the way of things. Now, people in the Gaza Strip are not the problem. Israel knows this, and hopefully you all should know this. Hamas and the people who live in the Gaza Strip are two different people. Hamas, part of Palestine, Palestinian. It's like a Palestinian group. Israel, after the Holocaust, the United States and like France and Britain basically established Israel because Jews really didn't have a country of their own, so they made Israel, taking part of Palestine away from them. And the very next day, you don't need this history lesson, but yeah. That's basically what happens. So, Egypt, and you guys should know that the people of Palestine and Hamas are two different people. Hamas, part of Palestine, people in Palestine resent Israel because A, they took their land away, and B, they're making a lot of money. And I'm not saying Palestinian people didn't make a lot of money, but Israel just knows how to work the land better. Israel is more efficient than Palestine, and they're really jealous. And the one argument is that Israel relocated people of Palestine to terrible conditions like slums and ghettos, and these are terrible conditions. This is probably the black mark of the whole issue right here. What Israel did was not right in that, but what people in Palestine do, not also right. So you can't fix two evils. You can't do anything about that. But yeah, so Israel knows that the problem isn't the people of the Gaza Strip. It's Hamas, a terrorist group, and unfortunately, Hamas is in the Gaza Strip, in the midst of all the innocent people, and Israel just has to keep attacking. And I'm going to say that the death toll is relatively low. People will die, people still are dying, but it is nothing compared to what it could be nowadays. And I know that a human life is a lot, but I don't want to say each death is justified, but each death is justified. If people die today, hopefully their death won't be in vain. So if Israel can either take out enough of Hamas's resources, it might end short term. It will end Hamas's power in that region short term, but long term, Israel really has to help the people of the Gaza Strip economically, because that's where it all starts. If you don't have a job, what does it matter if you go to sleep or not, if you get arrested or not, if you don't have a job? If you don't see a way to get better, or that your society is improving, what's the point of life? Israel needs to help these people out. 1,600,000. That's not that much. It's a daunting task, but it's not that much. And I'm gonna say one more thing before I go. Israel is 100% justified in every bomb it like deploys, because A, Hamas attacked Israel first, and if any and every country with at least some type of military force would react. Hamas attacked Israel by bombing certain locations in Israel with no consideration. They don't recognize Israel as a land. They don't recognize them as people. If 9/11 people attacked the World Trade Center, what do? We went to war. This is not a war, because this is one-sided. Israel will always win if it comes in a skirmish with Hamas. It's a given. Hamas will not win. They just want to keep fighting. I don't get it. It's like you're fighting, but you know you're going to get. It's like you're in a 6-round fight. You always get up after you get hit down, and like you always get up at 9. For what? You're going to get knocked back down. For what? You know you're going to lose the match, but you keep getting up. It's like the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens always beat the Steelers in the regular season, but they can't do shit in the playoffs. That's basically Hamas. Israel owns Hamas. Hamas is Israel's bitch. And like the United States helps Israel a lot by selling them weapons. And right now, the one thing that's on Israel's side is the United States basically gave Israel anti-missiles, something missiles. Like, and these missiles, so their planes basically, whenever you launch a missile at a plane, the missile defense system in the plane will like find a way to get around the missile being sent. So it's like this. Hold on, let me see if I can make it. It's like you're flying over and then there's a missile and it will just go like a steep up. I don't know how it all works, but I know that it saves lives. Israeli planes will not really, it's less dangerous. Less lives have been lost because of this. So you can't win. I don't understand. Like, Israel is 100% justified and Hamas is a terrorist group. That's all you need to know, really. This is Henry1502 Inc. Like, add, subscribe. I'm out.